Ethiopian, me no British, go tell them. Grrrma wheat, etegremenen. Hamarina Kwanka Fidel teach my children. Them teach me English and Marik is my preference. When my heights and my black my reverence. About touching no, best man ye me nor. See me ye can desmond gish teeth him talk. Before the best man ye in the own in the ube me dear. Tihun ye let in jara chinin. Satin zare. Kai mok is sat. It's hot. Lion voice. One voice. And the lion voice. Time for the lion and the lioness voices to be heard. Log in and don't log off. Lion voice. Queasy. One. Lion voice. I it.
The fittest of the fittest shall survive. My people, open your eyes. Wake up. Blessed love, this is Queen Omega representing for all lions and lionesses. With the lion's voice, we come to tell our story. Rastafari live it. Hey, the lion's voice. Rastafari.
Back in the city, we realized, you know what? We could do urban agriculture too. We get into growing food because the idea now, we still delivering the baskets every month. The idea now is to see what we could grow from what we put in the baskets. And the first thing we realized we could grow is Callaloo. And Callaloo was the most expensively vegetable at the time in Caribbean stores and in Asian stores. $3 a pound compared to spinach, next to nothing.
Yes.
I was a little hesitant at first because I know the farmers in Jamaica depend on sending the Callaloo up here.
Yes.
But I used to always go Callaloo in my backyard. But growing on a commercial basis now would impact the Jamaican farmers because we put them out of business. So I was a little hesitant. But then I started to realize the impact of global warming, of food traveling, we call food miles. Because that Callaloo come from Jamaica on a plane. And I started saying, you know what? We have to grow this Callaloo here.
What do you have to tell the people about Rastafari?
Light to the world. King of kings and the conquering line of the tribe of Judah. Elected himself, first rightful ruler. Hey yo, hey, hail them high, hail the black king, born the 23rd of July. So tell them guy, who praise God up in the sky, it's a lie. The Almighty living on your night. From ancient time, them a try. Them Romans know them just open them suit and ties. Criminals ain't got no alibi, they stole my people. Then them come without them genocide.
Are you talking about slavery?
Them couldn't kill. The lion will come conquer Judah tribe. Go to tribulation, and I strive, see sufferation, and I still rise. That's why we tell them in America, live Rastafari in every ghetto area. We come to tell them in a Toronto, straight at here.
When did you learn to farm?
When did I learn to farm? Yes. I got into gardening in Toronto here. I'm a sister at the time. She used to garden in our backyard, and it motivated me. So even in the Truths and Rights time, it was gardening in the backyard.
Okay.
And then when we go down to Guyana in the late 80s, they get the fullness. Because I had a nice big backyard in the countryside. And we used to farm up the whole yard. The whole yard used to be full of food. So when I come on here now, and we started the African Food Basket. Remember that name?
Yes.
African Food Basket.
Well known in Toronto.
And we got the opportunity to get the funds, and it was a food buying club because Black people, especially from the Caribbean, we was purchasing the most expensive foods, and we had the lowest income. Because you're from Jamaica, you want yellow yam, you want sweet potato, you want Callaloo. Callaloo was about $3 a pound in them time there.
Wow.
While spinach was like 78, 75 cents a pound. 75 cents a bunch. So we're not spinach people, we're Callaloo people, all
Yes.
through the Caribbean. Okay. So we decide to make sure we can make this food cooperative for the community at an affordable price. So we have access to a warehouse and we used to purchase the food in bulk and distribute it all over Toronto City. We even used to go in some of the suburbs. All right. I went to a conference in 96 at a university, and this university will come back in this conversation again.
Yes.
It's to call it Ryerson, but it's now Toronto Metropolitan University.
Okay.
And I hear this, it was a conference on food, and I hear this brother talking about community food security. I said, well, who is this community? So, I did a little research and I started to learn what is food security. And I get the understanding is that food security is about people having access to affordable, nutritious food to make them have a healthy life. We can get forward to that also.
Yes, yes, yes.
Now, but this was community food security, because food security usually is mostly, it's a United Nations mandate for the world. It started being focused after the Second World War,
Yes.
when Europe was damaged, and they want to make sure they bring them back to, bring it back to life as quickly as possible. So
Yes.
that they dedicate a certain amount of funds and the concept of having access to food. All right, fast forward, 1995, 94, this group in California was a coalition of food security groups called the Community Food Security Coalition. So they come to the conference, and this brother named Andy Fisher, kind of a hippie brother, he sit down and he got the lotus foot pose and sit down on the desk. And so when he started reasoning out what is community food security, I said, whoa, that sounds good. I said, you know what? I think we can move on from the food co-op into food security, because food security is not just delivering food. Food security is growing food, is nutrition, is a wide area, is youth programs. So after that, the next year, we got access to a quarter acre of land in the countryside in Ontario. And try something new. As the executive director, I get the opportunity to work with some young people. We went and planted a quarter acre of garlic.
Okay.
And I could still say it's one of the easiest things to grow, and one of the most hardy, because pests don't like garlic. Okay. Some pests attack garlic if you grow it in the wrong way, if you leave it in the ground too much.
Yes.
But when you know what to do, you don't have to worry about pests. So we were able to go in the countryside and we get some help from the folks who own the farm, and we plant a quarter acre of garlic. Very historic. Back in the city, we realized, what? We could do urban agriculture too. We get into growing food, because the idea now, we still delivering the baskets every month. The idea now is to see what we could grow from what we put in the baskets. And the first thing we realized we could grow is Callaloo. And Callaloo was the most expensively vegetable at the time in Caribbean stores and in Asian stores. $3 a pound compared to spinach, next to nothing.
Yes, yes.
I was a little hesitant at first, because I know the farmers in Jamaica depend on sending the Callaloo up here.
Yes.
But I used to always go Callaloo in my backyard. But growing it on a commercial basis now would impact the Jamaican farmers, because we put them out of business. So I was a little hesitant. But then I started to realize the impact of global warming, of food, traveling, we call food miles. Because that Callaloo come from Jamaica on a plane. And I start saying, you know what? We have to grow this Callaloo here. The Jamaican farmers got to do what they got to do and survive. Because right now, black people from over 185 different countries, over 200 something languages, over 200 something ethnic groups live here, black people. Who ain't going forward? Some of them ain't going forward. We got generations, the fastest growing population in Canada, over 40% is black youths who born and grow in Canada.
Really?
That's right. They're gone, you know. They're gone, you know. There's not going to reach 60%, okay, of the nearly 2 million black people who live in this country. So we got to be real. We got to grow what we got to grow.
Them could never conquer the mountains. Thousands of years and counting. Ethiopia rise again unto the world. Now we are announcing. Them a plan for war, we a plan for peace. And now we see them wanna go dismantle the base. When the trumpet sound and the violence cease, how we say one go build up the cities. Well, them a plan for war, we a plan for peace. And now we see them wanna go dismantle the base. Rastafari crown as the Prince of Peace. Him tell the youths them fi build up them countries. Well, solar energy that them a see. The whole city powered by the sun's energy. The road them make out of hemp and concrete. Neighborhoods full of fruit trees that taste sweet. The youths put down them guns, them harvest and a reap. The beautiful gardens will line every street. Tired of the bloodshed, them done with the beef. Not even animals for dead, them burn out the meat. Where people say Haile Selassie, I see Nile. When they see say him a treat the dirt like a child. Peace on earth from the banks of the Nile. That's why we giving thanks in style. See say Babylon a weapon, them a stockpile. Babylon a wicked, kill them brother and smile. Lion, Babylon a reptile. Them a plant fish, shed blood, we got plans for the soil. Them a plan for war, we a plan for peace. And now we see them wanna go dismantle the base. When the trumpet sound and the violence cease, how we say one go build up the cities. Well, them a plan for war, we a plan for peace. And now we see them wanna go dismantle the base. Rastafari crown as the Prince of Peace. Him tell the youths them fi build up them countries. No more gullies, proper sanitation. Proper toilets with proper filtration. Clean water for the youths them fi use. Our sons and daughters safe, no more child abuse. Africa arise, read it in the news. On the day when Rastafari ready, wicked have to move. 3D printing alongside hem shoes. Herb get legalized, hard drugs them get refused. Well, people used to say they bring him man senile. True himself he tried it with man, woman and child. Himself peace on earth from the banks of the Nile. That's why we giving thanks in style. She say Babylon a weapon, them a stockpile. Babylon a wicked, kill them brother and smile. Lion, Babylon a reptile. Them a plans for shed blood, we have plans for the soil. Them a plan for war, we a plan for peace. And now we see them wanna go dismantle the base. When the trumpet sound and the violence cease, how we say one go build up the cities. Them a plan for war, we a plan for peace. And now we see them wanna go dismantle the beast. Rastafari crown as the Prince of Peace. Him tell the youths them fi build up them countries. Babylon them got a plan for boots war.